Welcome, welcome, welcome. What's up? What's up? We back again. It's a Good Game Podcast with T Good
and T Rice.
It's a blessing to be back with you all. It's been a while. I'm excited to be back. What's up, my man? You ready?
Everything's good. Everything is, really good. I mean, other than the little things that's going on in the world, trying to take your spirits down.
You know what, Rice? I'm glad you said that. I feel like there's a concerted effort, and have you noticed it, to try to make you feel down. Like,
I think, yeah.
make you unsatisfied.
Oh yeah.
Like, I think making people feel discontent is big business.
Big business, huge business.
Because I can't get you to buy my stuff. I can't get you to vote for me. I can't get you to change your views if you're satisfied and happy. It almost makes you feel guilty to say, I feel good, man. I'm blessed. I'm happy.
Right.
Like, the people look at you like, oh, you are? But the way the world is, you have like, man, I feel blessed.
I feel blessed.
You know what I'm saying? And every time I holler at you, you always, man, I feel great, man, blessed. I feel good, bro. You know what I'm saying? Never a down word.
You got to stay up and positive.
That's what I'm talking about, bro, man. So what you been up to, man? What you been doing?
Oh, man, I'm just happy to being able to get back into the gymnasium and the swing of things with the kids.
Are you happy, though, to be back in the gym? Are you happy, though?
I'm definitely happy to be back in the gym. It was down. It was downtime. You know
yeah, but I mean, that flick, that somebody's told me that it was down, too.
Nah, you ain't see that. That was the first time I picked the ball up. That's never going to go nowhere.
Somebody told me that the flick had left. Did they lie?
Nah, it was just on, you know what I'm saying? Nah, flick ain't left.
No, I saw you on there killing some kid.
Right. One of my little guys.
Yeah, but it's all good though, man. Yeah, it's been a long time. It's good to see you, man. Good to see you in good health. It's a struggle out here. And I can't wait to get back in the gym, bro. Is it, people allowed to get back in there yet or not really?
Yeah. You just got to sign waivers and do things like that, to protect. People got to protect themselves, So, like I said, just the health for the kids and the inner city kids just wasn't able to buy memberships and get in gyms just to come in there and just play around,
I feel you. And the weather hadn't been all that conducive for a while to being outside and playing either.
Right.
So it does make you wonder, as one of our boys, as B. Swain was asking, what do the inner city kids do when the gyms are shut down and the rec centers are closed and they tell you you can't be around other people? What do the inner city kids do all day?
It's a sad state we're in. It's almost like, I don't even want to spill like that on here, but the inner city is bad. It's bad. And people don't understand because they always want to, certain people when you listen to, they always say I or they. They always place it like that. Mm-hmm. But if you never understood how it feels in the inner city, you know what I'm saying? Them just what is those? Just cheese and nothing else sandwiches. You raising the family at 11.
Yeah.
Because mom might be on some drugs, dad never there. Mm-hmm. You raising the family. So when I'm talking about inner city, I'm talking about really inner city. Not because me and you, we grew up in the inner city, but it might have been we might have had a little bit better life than what I'm talking about.
Period.
I'm talking about them people.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying?
There's inner city, and then there's inner city.
Exactly.
And there's a caring home, and then there's homes where you kind of got to get it
right
how you live, and you kind of fend it for yourself.
Right. And just because we were able to understand and find a way out, one of my old heads told me this, and it rang a bell. When I was in high school, just everything I was going through, you couldn't connect with me with at my point around 9th grade with diploma, college education. It didn't connect right then.
No, me neither.
I needed something to keep me busy before I did something on the other end, as far as like get caught up and go to jail and limit my possibilities. I needed something like basketball. Yeah. So then basketball carried me over to the light bulb turned on. So then when the light bulb turned on, basketball then brought me here. Now I see what education and everything means. Mm-hmm. We need to bridge something. A lot of people will be like, well, the kids, I'm like, one of the questions was, what do they do? They said read. Read is way over here for some of these kids. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. We need to get them on a little boat to try to take them to read.
Yeah.
How do we do that? How do you, being in the schools with these kids that with them traumas that they'll cuss you out, say fuck you, like for no reason. Like you want, how was your day? You don't give a fuck about my day. Do you stop or do you try to figure out another way to engage so that you can get in there?
It's a great question, bro. That's a great question, and you make some very valid points. especially when it comes to the reading and the lack of ability to have smaller goals, more attainable, more reachable, more relatable diversions.
Absolutely.
That lead into the reading. Like reading is an idealistic answer to that question of what are the inner city kids going to do. Of course, we would all like to see them do more reading, but what is the realistic possibility that an 11 or 12-year-old, 13, 14-year-old with mom not home, no dad at home, little brother and sisters, that they're going to stop and say, you know what I'm going to do tonight or today? I'm going to pick up a book and read.
Right.
That's not going to happen, bro.
It's not going to happen.
It's not going to happen in most cases. And so, man, your point is well taken. You said it all, man. Honestly, I feel like that's something that we need to attack, something we could do something about.
Yeah.
Is some of the distractions and diversions until the light bulb goes off about the long-term goals that we try to talk about that don't really mean anything.
Right.
Man, give them something, a distraction. That's good.
Yeah.
That's good, bro. But listen, man, it's always good to be in the building with you. I'm looking forward to the show today. We got a real good show.
Yes, we do.
And I'm excited to rip into you on any topic that you feel like you can get me on.
Probably whatever topic we speak on.
Hey, listen, we'll catch up with y'all right at the first half. We'll see y'all. What's happening? We back with the second half. Oh, first half.
The first half.
First half. My bad. Where's the first half? And I've been waiting to bend your ear, Rice.
Yes, sir.
About this. They calling it resuming the NBA season.
Right.
Man, I guess you could call it resuming. It seemed like it's a whole different season to me.
Me personally, I thought they should have called it the COVID tournament or just give it a different name. I had this little debate with one of my young fellas, and I don't want to take nothing away from nobody. You know, everybody act like you're going at a LeBron or somebody because his fans is crazy.
Yeah.
But
they take everything personal.
I'm a Harden and Westbrook guy.
Yeah.
And you know how y'all do, and your brother and them, y'all not going to give Harden and Westbrook the love for winning this, like the ring love.
I can't. I won't.
No. So, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, it's not just LeBron. It's nobody. Right. If KD and Kyrie won it, if they were playing,
right.
I can't give you the same love. You just can't get it.
That's what I said. They should name it a tournament. Mm-hmm. Any championship is hard to win.
Yes.
So if you name it this tournament, you don't get points with Jordan and Magic and them for this.
You can't. How could you? How could you? But to me, it's I could take it a little more serious if so many people weren't dropping out.
Right.
There are a lot of killers that are not going to be a part of this tournament now.
Exactly.
And for some people, LeBron playing, you know, he's the biggest name in the league right now.
Right.
For a lot of people, LeBron playing is enough for them. Not only enough for them to make it legit, but really like it's worth their dollar. Like LeBron's playing, they want to see it. He has a lot of fans that feel like, hey man, if he's on the court, I'll pay my price of admission. I don't care almost if he's on there scrimmaging or by himself.
I don't think, honestly, you just made a good point. I don't think his fans really pay their bottom dollar to go see him play unless he's playing somebody he's much better than. Like, you might catch a game with LeBron, bro. He might just, I mean, for real.
I don't think he ever going to give you half effort. He going to give you all out effort. You can count on him. There's only one like Westbrook or somebody where you can visibly see the motor never stops.
Right.
I don't think LeBron ever shorts you on effort.
Gonna give you no, not at all.
He's gonna give you his all. He's trying to win every night.
But I'm talking about when I say the bottom dollar of the skill set of the play. But that's another thing. But I know he's gonna give you effort. I'm never gonna take that from.
Well, maybe it'll put it in better.
Depends if KD ain't playing. Go ahead.
He might not. They don't want to see that. They definitely won't pay a nickel to see that again.
LeBron's effort changes when them killers. When killers,
you go get him. You go get him. But let's chill for we hating again.
All right.
But let me take it. Let me take something off of what you said and maybe it'll put this in better context. This conversation of what you meant about LeBron. If you tell us who are some of the players in history that, in a situation like this, knowing that the competition may not be fully ramped up, some guys couldn't play, some could, who would you have still paid your bottom dollar to go see? No matter who else was going to be on the court, who do you feel like is a box office guy that was worth the price of admission? No limit. I'm not gonna say 1, 2, 3. Just name some guys that you think. That you felt like I'm gonna see a show.
I'm gonna go with different eras. I'm gonna tell you right now.
Please.
I'm gonna tell you right now.
Okay.
So of today's era, to pay my bottom dollar, if I wanted to take my son somewhere, and for my dollar to go watch somebody play, I'm gonna definitely put my bottom. I'll pay whatever the ticket to the degree of what the ticket range is to see Westbrook. I don't think Westbrook. That'll be a great thing to watch. Westbrook's not going to let me down. You know what I'm saying?
Win or lose, you're going to know he played.
He played
like
he
you paid
hard,
money to watch him play.
Period.
Yeah.
Period. Whatever.
That's real.
Even if he shoot 30 bricks,
yes,
I know Westbrook ain't going to let me down.
No way.
So I'll pay Westbrook. I'll go.
I'm with you on that. I would pay to see Westbrook play.
Yeah, I'll definitely pay to see Westbrook play. I'll pay to see. I'll definitely, Kobe. I'm going, bro. If he come in, bro, I gotta pay to see Kobe. He ain't gonna let you down.
He ain't gonna let you down
with the style or the competitiveness.
You might probably see a dub, but even if you don't, he gonna be more mad that he lost with you.
There you go.
Did everything he can. You might see something special you'll never see again. There aren't many of those.
There's not many
that you can be like, I was in the building the night he did the. What if you were in the building the night he did the behind the back? Sprewell behind the back turnaround, reverse
crazy,
dunk. Like, what if you were you could have been in the building that night?
Absolutely.
You know what I'm saying?
I will pay to, you go back to the next level. MJ, I'm paying to see MJ. MJ's never see them type of guys, man. Just as nice as they are, they never let the fans down, but they never cheat the game. So I'm coming in there to murk you. Period. Just. I done already made some kind of rationalize something in my mind you did wrong to me. Period. And I got to come in
and I made it up. I lied to myself that I'm mad at you. But I embrace it. But I'm going to drag you tonight.
I'm going to drag you tonight. And if you give me some feedback, that's what I'll do.
You make it real. Now, what era, what year or season would you have wanted to see Kobe play? Would you have wanted to see him play his last championship season? Would you have wanted to see him the year he averaged 35? What year or what season would you have wanted to be in the building on any night if you could choose it to be like, I don't care what night, I want to be there that season. I want to be there that
I'm going to be honest with you. If I had to choose one, I want that season. I want that season when Shaq left, when he was just, Kobe thought differently.
He did.
And Kobe just wanted to show the world. Reason I like Kobe because he was very cerebral. To play with Shaq, and people don't understand this, man. When you playing with a dominant big, you got to change your style a little bit. That's where Shaq's best is. He needs the ball.
Yeah.
So and Kobe being the guy that his matchup, he's favorable against any defensive matchup across from him. So sometimes he has to draw himself back in order to go to big man because he got favorable matchups too.
But you also allow that space, not to interrupt you, but what some other players don't allow their post players to prosper or to play well with them is because they won't allow them that real estate on the block.
Exactly.
They're like, I need to drive because Kobe's you taking away driving lanes
all day long.
So he's like, I got to let you have that real estate. And we've seen some other marquee players who don't play well with other post bigs
because of the lanes. Can you imagine if Shaq's down there? You got Shaq is big, so you got 1.5, if not 2 others down there worrying about Shaq. So if Kobe drags, you got his man. Once he get in the middle, it's at least 6 right there.
Yeah.
So, to answer your question, though, I think Kobe, that year Shaq left, when he did them.
Now, he averaged 35, right? Is that the 81 year?
Yeah, he went nuts.
You might have got lucky and got in that night.
He went nuts. I would have loved to see that 81 because, he went nuts.
You would have went crazy. You'd have lost your mind if he was in the building at that night.
I remember
you
what
had
I was
to
doing. I remember like yesterday, I was leaving the hoop. I left the hoop, and on the way to the crib, I'm here. Kobe had 81. I said, "What? You're lying."
I remember hearing that too. Like, it gotta be there's no way he had 81,
lying.
bro.
Got to the crib, he had 81 on them guys.
All J
work and footwork. Woo. Being down, they was down 10 at first. So, I would have wanted to be that year. I wouldn't have wanted to miss no games. You know what I'm saying? Just to see Kobe's drive. His hunger.
Listen. If you saw Kobe play, you were seeing his best that night. Period. Whatever it was, everybody has an off night, but he's gonna give you all he has that night. You said Jordan took you back to the 90s. Same thing can be said for him. I would have wanted to see him play the 37 when he averaged 37. Just
yeah.
give me one of them nights. When they're dragging. When he still has hair, a little choker gold chain, and dragging. The J ain't what it was going to be.
Right.
But it's good enough, and the rest of the action, first step, take it off from the dots, 2 hands.
All that.
Windmill in game. Tomahawk dunks on people. Like, it's, if you put me in a building, I feel like I got my money's worth. But now when we go back another generation, let's go to the 80s. You got to pick one. I'm going to make you pick one. But who you going to say first as far as picking one? Who you got to see in the 80s, bro?
I mean, the Lakers say that it's showtime. You know, it's showtime. So it's when you
show.
go there, it's a show.
You gonna see
It's a show. It's going to be it's a beautiful show. The more and more I'm learning about that Bird, man, bro, I just love to be in the gym.
Don't you say it. Don't you say that you gonna pass up the Lake Show ticket to go see the hit from Fritz Lick.
I can't pass up the Lake Show ticket. I can't. The Lake Show ticket was a show.
It was a show.
But see, me, I don't want to see the Lake Show. I don't want to go to a game where the Lake Show was so favored. I want to see the Lake Show against Houston. I want to see that's why I said if I go see Bird against Philly, oh my.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Against Julius Irving?
Yeah.
Oh my. People don't want to talk about that. You know what I'm
that was
saying?
some matchups where
Why that fight happened.
the Sixers were the favorite. Now listen, you always got to sneak something in. Listen, bro, Doc was old.
That's what they say.
He was, but bro, you know he had his
That's what they
prime.
say.
He was over the hill a little bit. His prime years were gone.
Oh, okay.
I'm just saying he still had something left in the tank.
He did the Doc like Kobe did to Jordan. It happened.
It wasn't that bad, but Doc wasn't 40.
What?
Jordan was 40. Jordan was 40. You always.
You the one that said Doc was old.
Listen, man.
Okay.
And, well, we saw Kobe get old too, though.
No, I mean he
didn't make it to 40 yet. Listen,
they wasn't dragging him.
You want
like
me to
that.
pull up? Hold on. You let me get my glasses
Them
on my
killers-
phone. You want me to pull up my his last season stats?
We seeing drag. I'm just
No,
talking
no.
about,
I'm just asking.
he didn't have to fight nobody. Doc,
No, 'cause he
Doc
was-
wanted to
he was
fight
over there
Larry
on the
Bird.
sidelines.
You hear what Larry Bird said?
Kobe was over there.
You hear what
sitting
Larry
down.
said? You heard what Larry said?
No, I didn't hear what he said.
All right, cool. That's what made the fight happen.
But I gotta say, what did Kobe say?
Larry had 38 at the time, and Doc had 6. He said, you might need to retire after this.
No, he didn't.
Doc ain't like it. I swear to you. Doc ain't like it. You know Larry talked to him.
Dog, don't hit him over that, Doc. And Moses held him from
Oh,
behind.
hell, everybody jumped him.
Yeah, we're going to get you, though. If it comes to that, we're going to go ahead and get you out of here.
Period.
But listen, Kobe's last season was horrible. I just keep hearing about the 60-point game, but he took 60 shots to do it, and his last season was garbage.
I can't even believe you shot that out there.
I just want to say, I didn't want you to bring up a bunch of old guys.
I understand.
He's
And I
in
respect
that
that.
company.
I
I
respect
respect
that.
in his
I
20th
respect
season
that.
he would come out here and allow himself to look like he looked. It
I
shows
respect-
how much he loved the game.
I
That he
respect
wouldn't
that.
quit
I respect
halfway
that.
through the season like most people would have quit.
But listen,
Because I would have quit
right, I understand
halfway through the
because
season.
he
I looked
understand that.
horrible.
But you got to
he would've
understand.
quit.
You got to understand him taking after his mentor, loving his mentor so much.
Who's his mentor?
He saw how bad but how good his mentor looked in Washington. Never had a chance to go to the playoffs.
you kidding me?
So he went on and had to go.
Oh no, that's not you. Now you rewriting history.
What you
How
mean?
many 50-point games did Kobe drop in his
50?
last
No,
season?
Are we doing that? We said how they looked.
Jordan
They had
dropped
a chance.
50. They had a chance? What are you talking
Jerry
about?
Stackhouse, ask him. Talk to
No,
Jerry.
they had a chance.
We're gonna
No,
bring Jerry
I
Stackhouse
would
on the
never
show.
talk to Jerry.
Oh, you don't want to talk
Jerry
to Jerry?
Stackhouse for what?
Because he kept it real. He said he ruined the whole team trying to.
Oh yeah, we know Jerry. Jerry, what's the highlights of his career elsewhere?
When
he wasn't playing with
you
MJ.
gonna shoot at Jerry?
If you said he stopped us,
I mean, did anybody
when
do
you
good
got
on
away
that
from
team?
Jordan, what you
Did
do,
anybody
Jerry?
do good in that team? We had to watch an old
Stackhouse
40-year-old
was
man
garbage.
gun.
Well, tell me the stars. Popeye
you
Jones
mean?
was on that squad.
Why you gonna bring up
Kwame
Popeye?
Brown was on that squad.
Is that right?
Who's the killers? I'm trying to see.
I was trying to say.
Was Stackhouse the killer?
I thought he was.
Rip Hamilton was on that
thought he
squad.
was. You're right.
But I'm saying, who else was on there
What
that
you
was
mean?
cold?
They had a pretty good team, man. They could have
Okay,
did some
run
things.
some down to the All-Star cast. Tell me.
What you mean all-star?
You said they had a great squad.
Don't
I
do
just wanna hear.
don't do the LeBron. Don't do the LeBron.
Bro, just tell me. Don't you do the LeBron. Tell me the guys.
They had a good squad. Ain't my team to tell you about them.
You just said they had a good,
They
squad.
had a good squad.
So in other words, you don't know the squad.
I
then.
absolutely do.
Okay, well, name
I would
some
have
of
to
them.
research. There's no reason to.
Okay,
I'm not about
because you
speak
don't
on
want
the-
to. So you're withholding from our fans.
No.
We're not talking to each other.
No, they can look up the Wizards.
You can
it's
tell
easy to
them
say.
now.
There's
They're
no
watching
reason.
us.
There's no reason. They know they had a good team. He wouldn't go.
I'm so disappointed.
He wouldn't go to a situation.
Tony,
the way he
Tony,
liked it. The way
Tony
he
Rice.
liked. Okay.
Rice, listen. I'm so disappointed that you would do our fans like that. I'm so sorry that he would bring up something
Sounds good.
and lead you on and then not deliver, bro.
I wouldn't.
That's
I
garbage,
delivered.
bro. You didn't deliver nothing.
Yes, sir.
Okay, so you would go see Larry and Bird, Larry Bird and Magic. Hopefully, maybe playing each other.
Right.
And then let's go back another one. Would you go see Kareem, your guy that you say is the GOAT?
I definitely see Kareem.
I would want to see Kareem. That's the one person I would be interested in seeing play. For what? You know what I'm saying?
What do you mean?
I mean, I would watch him play.
Don't do this to the
But to
fans.
say that you're like, man, the money's.
Don't do this to the fans.
Put your money on
Why
the
not?
line and really give all you got to say, man, I want to go see Kareem do the sky hook.
Yeah.
Nah, I don't want to see that.
Yeah, there's a reason. Let me tell the fans, since you wanted me to tell the fans, because I know a little bit more about this. There's a reason we would have had
What
to
you know
watch.
about?
There's a reason we had to watch the Skyhook so much. There's a real reason. You know, when you're so great at something and your show is so beautiful, they put rules against you. So now you got to you had to. It wasn't like he came out. He got great with the Skyhook. He had to bring the Skyhook in because they didn't allow him to dunk. Because he was so dominant.
Because he's so huge?
Because he was so dominant.
Because he could dunk standing still,
I don't
flat
know
footed?
about that. There's been a lot of
I'm
big
just asking.
guys.
They probably said, man, your height
lot
gives
of-
you such an advantage over some of these shorter guys.
Oh, man.
When you're
In
playing
basketball?
against part-time plumbers.
In basketball?
And guys that aren't really hoopers.
You can't say that.
You know what I'm
Don't do
saying?
that to the fans.
I'm
Not
just
part-time
saying,
plumbers.
bro. I'm asking.
Not
Maybe
part-time
was that part of their thinking?
No. The
Okay.
NBA was full of centers. College was full of centers. That's the position that reigned the most. You had to get a good center to be
Name
great team.
Name me 5 Solomons.
Name me 5 Solomons. They're all
You're
over
a
the top 50.
You're a student of the game.
No,
Give them
they're,
to me.
they're over the top 50. What are you talking
Give 'em
about?
to me.
I have no reason to you.
Give them to me.
Why,
Rice.
why would I give them to you? I'm just asking.
Rice, man.
asking.
Listen, because I asked you
I'm
to.
just saying.
Give me 5. Give me 5 of the centers that he played against. That was top notch, killers, murderers. Tell me.
Moses Malone, Daryl Dawkins.
Daryl
Wilt-
Dawkins?
Wilt Chamberlain. Hold
Did
on,
you
I'm
say
not done.
Daryl Dawkins? I'm done. Chocolate
Oh,
Thunder.
okay.
I'm done. Okay, you don't have to name anymore. Ladies and gentlemen, I asked him for the
Thank you.
top 5 that Kareem Abdul-Jabbar played. Now, when people like C. Will and different guys see this or hear this, they're gonna be so mad that you had to dig so deep.
I didn't.
You said Daryl Dawkins, bro.
Every team had a center. You saying name 5.
I said name the
Every
5
team.
top ones, Rice. That's all I said. And you said, why do I
you-
have to?
how do you
And then
know-
when the first
if
one
you
you
don't
said
know-
was Daryl
No,
Dawkins.
that wasn't the first
I
one
know
I
why
said.
you didn't want to tell me. I
That's
said
not
when
the
one
first one
of the
I
first
said.
ones.
But every team had a good center, if not 2. You're not understanding that. That's what you had to dig into and figure that out.
Right.
They weren't going
So
through
listen-
they weren't going through the 5'8" guards.
Okay, so let me tell you this. Let me ask this and make sure that I got this right, okay? So what you're trying to make sure I understand is that every team had a center.
That was
So you're trying to
basketball.
make sure I know that in basketball,
That's the way basketball
the
was played.
teams
then.
had centers back then.
That's the way basketball was played. then.
You know what,
It was
man?
built from the inside out.
You know what, Rice? You're right.
Okay.
You got a point, man. I had never thought
Thank you.
that the teams had centers.
No. That's what they
You
were
know
built
what,
for.
man? Listen.
That's what they were built for. Every team that
You
won.
gave me some
every
information
team that
tonight
won the finals up until your
that
guy.
I had to have.
Up until your guy.
I couldn't have done without that.
Up until your guy.
Who's my guy?
Up until your guy, Michael Jordan.
Uh-huh.
Every team that won the finals.
Yes.
Oh, no, I'm sorry. Let me apologize for Michael Jordan. Well, no, Parrish was a good center. Every team that won the finals had a.
Parrish was good. Yeah, Parrish was a great center.
He wasn't?
Parrish was, yes, he was.
Oh,
He was a
oh,
great
oh,
center.
okay.
Yes, that's what I'm saying.
Every team that
I'm
won.
sorry, he was an afterthought when you
Every
listened.
team that won it, up into the Bulls, had a great center.
Okay,
That's all I'm saying. Everything.
okay. I appreciate you.
It swung around that time. Shaq tried to bring it back. I mean, Pat Ewing and them. The league didn't have as many great centers.
You sure?
from Jordan on.
Because I can name quicker. I can name 5 quicker than you did.
No.
I can name
You
5
can
without
name
digging
that.
into Daryl Dawkins.
You can
I
name
can name
5.
Olajuwon. I can name Shaq. I can name the
them then.
Admiral.
You can name
I
them.
can
You
name.
and all
You know what I'm saying?
So my
I can
question
even
is-
name.
My question is this:
Rick Smith.
The fact
I
that
can
you
name
named the fact that you
Patrick
named them
Ewing,
because
you know what I'm
that
saying?
was more of a in our era when we was watching it. The fact that you named them, they're all in the top 50, right? But you're going to knock the other ones. So if
I
they're
didn't
in the
knock
top,
nobody. You didn't give me nobody to knock.
No.
I knocked Daryl
But my
Dawkins a little bit. I laughed at Daryl
My
Dawkins.
question to you is, you just named them top centers. They're in the top 50. So if the other centers that's in there with Kareem in his era, they got to be legit too, right? That's all I'm asking. Can you answer
not
that?
necessarily. What you mean? Say it again.
Since you went to the point of reference what you know, because you said I can name the centers because that's what we
Because
was watching.
that's what I was-
That's what
yeah,
you was watching.
and I know you're a
So what I'm
student
saying
of the
is,
game.
but they made the top 50 too. Them guys you named made top 50.
Yes, of course they did.
What I'm saying
I think most of them did. Maybe not Rick Smith.
Rick Smith didn't. What I'm saying is, before that, when Kareem played, you got out of the 50 people,
Mm-hmm.
about 27 was centers, 30 was centers. That's all I'm saying. So Kareem played against all that. Everybody, the league was dominated with centers. You had to have a good center to be good.
I understand that, right?
all.
I just wanted you to give me some of the killers, bro.
It's there.
To
You
even give a
research it.
point of reference for the fans. I mean, I'm sorry that
before
you're so
that's before,
secretive.
That's before my time.
I'm sorry that
I
you're
don't
so
understand
secretive.
that. When you're trying to do that,
Right, I know that
understand
is
it.
before your time, but bro, you got to you know the game.
No,
you
no,
know
no,
some of those
no,
centers. You
no,
cannot
I
tell
didn't.
me
No,
you
I
couldn't
didn't.
name them centers.
No,
right?
I can't.
You could name a lot of them.
I got to look it up. You couldn't either. I can't.
Okay.
I will have to look it
up. I could.
Well,
But I asked you to.
Well,
right?
Well, name
I'm
them.
gonna make your argument for you.
No,
Bro.
if you said you could name them, name them.
I could name 5, bro.
Then
It's
Kareem
easy
played
to
against.
name
Go
5.
Name
Go
it.
ahead, bro.
Name them. Think about it, then. Do what you do.
I ain't thinking
We'll come back
Why
on.
do I gotta think about it,
We'll
bro?
come back on after commercial
we can-
and let you look it up.
Bro, I don't
Well,
need to look it up,
well,
bro.
name
But I
5.
mean, I
You
can
play
name
it.
5 easy off the dome. You could have said Moses Malone.
I said Moses.
You said Moses. I said
I
you
said
could have
Moses.
said Rice. Would you
Okay.
let me tell you, buddy?
I said Moses. How you use him again?
I'm naming 5.
go ahead,
Rice.
do it.
5 different than what you named? Is that what it means now?
Dude, name your 5.
Thank you, bro.
Name
I
all
mean, you
mine
can
and
give
take, and take out Daryl Dawkins. Go ahead.
Never mind, bro.
Name all
It's all
mine.
good, bro. You got it, bro. You know what I'm saying? I'm just saying. Bill Walton. Can you name it? Can I say that? Did you say Bill Walton?
Go ahead.
Ralph Sampson. Did I say Ralph?
Let's get to
Elijah
commercial.
Wan?
Let's get to
Can I say
commercial.
that?
Did you say Ralph Sampson? Let's
just-
get to
you
commercial.
don't
And
believe
Elijah Wan. They
Elijah-
that wasn't Kareem's day.
Bro,
That's what I'm saying.
did he
couldn't
play
name all
or did he
them.
not? How many years did
Thank
he
you
play?
for my point.
How many years did
That's my point then. There it is. Elijah Wan.
Bro, how many years did Kareem? Do you know how many more
Buddy.
years Kareem played after Elijah Wan came in the league?
You said Elijah Wan, right?
Ain't that what I just said? Yeah. Listen, man. So let's cross it up a little bit before I had to destroy you on this microphone. I'm sorry to expose that you didn't want to name the 5 killers that Kareem played against, bro. I'm sorry. I was just trying to give the audience a perspective.
You wanted to make it a 5. I said every team had great centers. That's what I said. But go ahead.
Every team didn't have a great center. They didn't. Every team didn't have a great one.
for the
They
most
didn't.
part.
No,
The NBA had
okay.
over-
Now for the
So
every
if the
for the
NBA,
most.
if it was 27
No,
teams,
hold
if it
on.
was 27 teams,
No, sir.
at least 20
No, sir.
teams had great centers.
No, sir.
Okay.
No. We're not gonna do word
had 2 or
games.
3.
We're not gonna do word games because you know
gotta
what you
do the
said.
research.
Every, and then you said for the most part. So it can't be every
It
team
depends on when
for
you're
the most
saying it's
part.
great.
Every single time for the most part.
yeah.
Is a disclaimer.
Kareem
at the
played
end.
20 years.
So that when I
Kareem
find
played
one
20 years.
without.
Kareem played 20 years.
Well, I
right?
know he did.
So Portland had
He
a great.
limped in-
played
he
against a
limped home
great.
for the
He played
couple
against.
times.
He played against a great center for Portland. Whether when he came in, that center was great, or as Kareem was going through, they had a great center. Every team.
Oh, so you mean throughout his 20-year career, at some point each team had a decent center? His career.
The league from
Okay.
70 to 85.
All right, got you.
70 to 85,
Got
the
you,
league
buddy.
had great centers.
I got you, buddy.
The league was full of great
Okay,
centers. All right.
good. Now that makes more sense. What you're saying makes perfect sense now of what you're trying to do.
All right.
Okay.
Yeah.
So speaking
The
of
okay.
speaking of
Okay.
eras,
All right.
basketball.
I didn't know if you knew that. Though.
Rice, listen to me, man.
Until Larry Bird got the MVP, centers got it every year in the 70s. Go ahead.
I'll look that up and see because I can't trust you no
Or
more.
they don't trust
So
you.
we'll see. I'll definitely check it out and see. But now tell me this. I'm going to destroy you today. Because listen, you playing games with me and I'm nobody to play around with. I'm going to destroy you, right? I'm going to destroy you, bro.
Let's
And
get
you
to
know
the-
what I'm saying? I'll switch topics right now and go to something dangerous. So just be careful, bro.
Let's get, buddy.
You know what I'm saying?
Get to the next thing, my
You
man.
know what I'm saying?
Okay.
LeBron, listen to me now. It can get bad in here.
It always will get bad.
Yeah, it can get
All
bad.
right,
You know what I'm
good.
saying? Because we already been talking about Kobe. You know what I'm saying? Stuff like that.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
We always can stop. We can always stop by and talk about Kobe and Jordan. That can never end, bro.
Yeah, it can never
All
end,
right,
bro.
cool.
So I just want to say, at the break, I'll see how sincere you are about that.
Yeah,
You know what I'm
always.
saying? Yeah, okay.
Okay.
Yeah,
All
because it
right.
ain't nothing nice. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You know,
Did Jordan only play in the NBA 6 years or did he play 15?
I only played 6 years.
Yeah,
Did he play
some-
15?
somebody told me to ask you that. Like some people, the point of reference is almost like Curry. Like when you talk to a Curry guy, they only they make you think Curry only played from like 2015 to 2018. Like, you see what I'm saying? That's what I. So
that makes perfect sense. Right. I understand what you're saying because it would be hard to get 10 scoring championships in 6 years.
Oh, okay.
So I don't know. I don't understand your reference as much.
I like that. We can talk about it later.
Oh, you want to talk about it later? Now?
I just wanted to know.
Okay. I was getting ready to ask you, so I'm just asking. There's a lot that we could lay down on the table that a lot of people don't talk about, because then we could talk about, one of the things I like to do when people represent a cat, I like to throw out everything that's been voted on.
Right.
And talk about accomplishments that have been earned.
Voted.
We could throw the vote. We could throw the votes out, because some people like to talk about MVPs and all that. Yeah. I'm like, man, we could throw out everything that's ever been voted on. Defensive, all teams, whatever. Right. First teams. We could throw all that out and say, what have these people earned?
Right.
How many times did he lead the league in scoring? How many times did he lead the league in steals?
Right.
How many championships did he win? Ain't nobody vote on that.
Right.
How many times did he lead his team in scoring? How many records has he set scoring wise? How many things has he done that nobody had to vote on? And I can usually eliminate guys that haven't done half of the things that maybe have only led the league in scoring once or twice. And some of these guys are like supposed to be like some of the greatest scorers ever, supposedly.
I hear that.
Only led the league in scoring once or twice. Like, that's really not dominant enough to even be mentioned with a killer that led the league 10 times. So it's just a difference. Go ahead, please.
Me being around for a lot of years.
Okay.
Even when I was in college, even around these leagues now that I ref in, I'm gonna be honest with you. It's really, really overrated being a leading scorer. That doesn't say much. Being a leading scorer is really overrated.
Okay, sounds great. What about if you win a championship as you do it?
That's
6 times, if you lead the league in scoring and win a championship each time.
That's great.
Yeah, it might not be overrated then.
No, that's great. Okay, so no, we're not saying he's overrated.
No, I said the feat.
When you put in you have to be the leading scorer.
Because Kobe didn't do it, it's overrated.
That ain't about Kobe didn't do it.
Because Kobe didn't do it.
That ain't about Kobe didn't do it.
How many times has Kobe led the league in scoring? The killer scored 81 a game. How many times did he lead the league? I don't even know. Man, he got 81, man. Kobe was the best scorer.
I don't even know.
Can I ask you this?
Can I ask you a question?
No.
I want to ask you a question.
I got to
ask you a question. Who led the league in scoring more, Carmelo or LeBron?
I think they both led the league in scoring like once or twice only.
I think Carmelo led the league in scoring more than LeBron.
It might be by one. They both once or twice.
When you were saying leading score, you're saying
I said led the league.
Led the league in scoring
once or twice each.
Right, but I think
once or twice. Like it's not enough to. I don't know.
Okay,
that's low numbers. I don't remember. The same amount as like Kobe.
Who led the league in scoring?
Kobe led the league in scoring more like once or twice.
Who led the league in scoring more than LeBron and Durant?
Durant.
Okay.
Yeah.
So what I'm saying is. So when you stress leading scoring,
and so
why don't nobody have Durant over LeBron?
I do.
Oh, okay. Well, go ahead. Your turn.
You do too, right?
I don't know. I don't know. You making me?
Yes, you do.
You making me think about what this means.
Yeah. I don't want to take the honesty out of you. Listen, let's bring it home with this. The first half. Listen, whenever he talks funny and sideways to me, I'm known to get off track. I'm super sensitive and tender when it comes to MJ and my guys.
And you should.
And when he starts talking greasy and slick to me, I won't have it. I won't take it. I know where he lives at. I know where all his loved ones live at. And I'll shoot at their house, metaphorically, if he talks crazy to me.
Is that right?
Yes, sir. I'll go straight to Kobe's crib. I'll go to Russell's crib. I'll go to Harden's crib.
Ain't that wrong?
I'll go to Larry's crib.
Ain't that wrong?
And shoot it up in the middle of the night.
You foreclose so much. Yeah. I can't even shoot those cribs up, bro. You know what I'm saying?
No.
I went by the Truth's crib, and you was like,
right.
I'm like, you don't even own no land over there, the Truth, no more. But it's cool. It's cool.
Right. I represent Truth.
No, you don't. No, you don't.
Listen to me.
My guys like Chad I and them didn't really know how much love. When Boston Celtics was there, you and your brother had a Paul Pierce jersey. He had the Truth jersey.
That's not true. That's not true. But can I ask you this?
A year and a half later in Brooklyn, I don't know who Truth is.
I said Truth needs to retire. Truth needs to retire. But listen, I'll take that. I'll accept that. If you'll accept that you divorced Carmelo in front of everybody.
Nah, that wasn't
When
my
he-
guy. That's your guy.
Bro, Carmelo Anthony was
Nah,
your guy, bro.
Nah.
Carmelo was never your
See,
guy.
when you
Chad
do that-
Ivory.
See, when you
Carmelo
do
was
that-
never his guy. Chad
Stop
Younger.
it. Stop
He wasn't
it.
representing with you.
I like
Bro,
Carmelo. But
you
try-
Carmelo
why you put him
was
with
your
my guy?
Carmelo was your
No,
guy,
you're not
bro, and
understanding
you
that.
divorced
You
him.
won pop
You said,
bubbly.
"Hey,
You
hey,
pop
Melo,
bubbly with the
man,
truth.
You left faster than Lala.
You pop
said,
bubbly
"Hey,
with the
man,
truth.
listen, I'm out of here, man."
You pop
I'm
bubbly
outta
with the
here.
truth. Then you ran up in
got
the club
mad.
with the guys that stabbed him. I'm like, what is this guy doing?
It's bad.
It is.
Let me ask you something, as let's transition back to real hoop real quick before we close this first half out. Do you think hoop will ever be back the way that it was, Rice? Because I'm serious. I really felt like they've been wanting to change the scheduling, change the amount of games, change the length of the season. I think they've wanted to change so much about the NBA schedule for so long. I think this is the perfect excuse. I don't think we'll ever see another 82-game season that starts in October, or I think they start making it start in
December.
October or
Yeah,
September,
yeah.
and go all the way through to May, June.
Right.
I don't think it'll ever be back again. What you think?
I mean, with the pandemic, man, it's a lot of unknown going on. So to be honest with you, I hope it gets back right. But you know, the mighty dollar. So they're gonna chase it. If they can cut it down and still find a way to the TV money and make the same amount of money, they're gonna cut it down. I agree with you.
Yeah,
But
no
if
doubt.
they can't, if they can't finagle that bread,
That's the
look
number
for that
one.
82. Look for that 82.
Now that's well said. I don't think you can say anything better. I think we threatened each other enough, and I still will drag you in the heat debate.
let's
Bro,
get to the
listen, I
next
hope
piece.
you all have enjoyed the first half. We'll be right back in just a moment. Yes, sir. Once again, it's on, and it's about that time to hear from Coach Rice and Minute Rice's Minute. Something I look forward to every session. Always get a little bit smarter, learn a little bit from Coach Rice. And today, we want to talk a little bit about the difference between training for individual improvement and for improving within a team concept. Is there a difference in the kind of training you should be doing if you want to get better as a team player, and if you just want to get better as an individual player, and perhaps maybe some drills, and we'll take it from there. But I'll just sit back and listen. The difference between individual training and team concept training.
Well, you have to train. You have to understand in training, you have to start from the bottom. You have to diagnose each, just like when you go to a doctor. Whether it's individual or team, you got to diagnose each child or each kid differently. So you can't have in a training session 5 or more kids all doing the same thing, because we all have different deficiencies. You see what I'm saying? So training is a very, very detailed thing. It's very detailed. And at times, training can be, if you're doing it the right way, training can look very boring. Training can look very boring. Just like anything that takes, a lot to get accomplished seems boring. Like reading.
Repetition.
Reading's boring.
Yeah.
Can you imagine learning how to do the piano? Can you imagine hitting that key 300 times? You sure what I'm saying? Because,
Right.
But that's what training is. I think that team training, the individual training comes with the trainer talking to you, educating you what he's training you for and how you can use that within the team concept. Because you don't want to, say with dribbling, you see a lot of people doing a lot of dribble. That's going to kill the kid on the next level. They say system. Let's use Golden State.
Okay.
Golden State got a lot of guys. There's only one real guy that really was kind of a bounce player that needs the ball in his hand. That was Curry. But he didn't need the ball because Curry's one of the greatest players to move without the ball.
True enough.
So you see what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. KD can do it without or with. Clay can do it without or with. You see what I'm saying? We don't even know if Clay can do it with the ball because all his work is he's moving, he's running. So I think that team concept comes from that trainer teaching that. You see what I'm saying? So a lot of trainers building one-on-one players. See what I'm saying?
I see a lot. I see a lot of
dribbles. And I think that when the kid goes back to their high school or wherever, in the middle school, the coaches get a lot of blame because now that kid can't do the things that their parents thought they could do, whether it was AAU circuit or whatever, or the dribble. You shouldn't be pounding the ball no more than 3-4 times in a half court set.
So what are some of the bad habits you can get from being trained on individual skills that won't translate into a team concept?
The dribbling, over dribbling. Over dribbling is definitely a bad habit. Over dribbling is a bad habit. Combo moves. How are you learning the combo move if you haven't learned the thing about Michael Jordan, let's use him. He was one of the most fundamentally sound players that ever played the game. And see, a lot of people don't understand when we say fundamentally sound. Although he was more athletic, although he was as cold, his one dribble pull up was nasty. So why do I need to hit you with a cross if you up on me and I could just go one dribble hard to the left and pull? Yeah. So can you imagine the reps? That's about 400 just one dribble pull ups.
No question.
400 one dribble pull ups. Why do I need the step back hazy? Why do I need all that in my bag? If I put these 3 things in my bag and I do it the right way, it's a wrap. And understanding team play. You see what I'm saying? So that's on that training level. But you always want to educate them and talk the team concept. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You always want to educate them and talk the team concept.
That's beautiful. Now, is there ever a time where, as an individual, you might need different kinds of training? Whereas, say for instance, if I have deficiencies in my game that I need to improve individually, that perhaps the high school coach isn't going to help me work on individually because he's working on the team concept, is there a time for me is it possible for me to need training in 2 different areas, really, like to help me improve my personal deficiencies and then also learn where I might fit in a team concept and learn to do the things that would help me get more time within the team concept, if you understand what I'm saying?
I think I understand what you're saying. And I think both ways are good. I think you can go outside what your coach does and seek training in your deficiency as far as if you need some shooting.
Yeah.
If you need some, but that's just like anything. I think that your coach and your trainer should have some kind of conversation. You understand what I'm saying?
I do.
Have some kind of conversation on the level of what he's missing, because your trainer, a lot of people try to jump up in front of the lead. Your trainer wants to act like he knows more than the coach, or the coach want to act like he knows more than the trainer. Either way, it needs to be some kind of dialogue so that we can help the young man or the kid become that player. You see what I'm saying? And the skill, like, Danny showed me this quote by someone, and it's something, the reason he showed me is something I've always been preaching forever.
Okay.
Like, you can't, in school, right? Have you ever wondered why they never brought a kid in and jumped them straight to multiplication and division? What comes before multiplication? What do you learn before that?
Addition, subtraction.
You see what I'm saying? So you can't come in the gym and a trainer train you on things of that nature if you haven't learned the basics, the building blocks. In the building fundamentals, it looks boring, but you have to take your time. You know what I'm saying? But now that it's lucrative, a lot of trainers can find a way to get a couple dollars off of just thinking that the kid can become something off of this trainer. And to be honest with you, any type of trainer, you're not going to change a kid's game total. You're going to need time. You're going to need time. Ain't no one quick fix. You're not going to be with a trainer 3-4 times in 1 month. 4 times in 2 months and then think that you ready. You're going to need time to build this kid. Training. Left hand. You just don't understand. The first thing I always look at, and I got my young man Danny looking at it now too. When someone asks me about a trainer, I always say, shoot this shot. As soon as they come in, shoot a shot. Immediately his footwork immediately tell me how much you know how the doctor diagnose you? The footwork will tell me immediately how much you've been trained, how much you know, and what you've been going through. Because there's no reason you should be hopping into your shot. There's no reason you shouldn't have your footwork proper. That should be taught at the beginning. That's like addition. You know what I'm saying? Footwork. Absolutely. Ain't no reason to get you a wet clip. Yeah. And you walking into it wrong.
You don't even need a basketball yet.
There you go.
Your footwork's wrong. You don't need the ball yet.
You see what I'm saying? Absolutely.
Right. Absolutely. I appreciate it, man. And I don't know if there's anything that you want to add in closing.
I mean, I'll close it up with just, parents and people, if you're going to help the kids, you just need to do a little bit more research, find out what you're doing, find out what's going on. I was fortunate enough to have some good rec leaders and just allow me to come in the gym and play one-on-one, do some different things. You have to, the number one thing, you have to make the child hungry for the knowledge, because it doesn't matter who's your trainer. If your child isn't hungry to get better, it's never going to translate.
I understand that. That's really good, man. One of the best things I heard, and that I'll hold on to from what you said, and I know to be true, is that working on the fundamentals, the basics, looks boring and is boring, except to the kid that has the hunger, that sees himself getting better by doing this. It's incentive to keep working on it. But what looks exciting as a parent, when you see a trainer has your kid doing this, going in and out of cones, putting parachutes on his back, and it looks so exciting and so clever, but it may not be building the fundamental blocks that you're talking about. You need the addition, subtraction.
Exactly.
You got him doing trigonometry, and he doesn't know how to count to 10 yet.
Right.
So
you're not going to reinvent the wheel.
This ain't no new math. Ain't no new math.
Ain't no reason you 6'6" doing a step back and being guarded with somebody 5'8".
You didn't learn any post moves.
You see what I'm saying? Trainer taught you to step back, so you went right into your step back bag.
Yeah.
And he 5'8". 5'8".
Yeah.
Jordan ain't stepping back on no midget.
He's not.
I'm going to pull dead up over you.
Period.
See what I'm saying?
Easy work. I might get 50 tonight.
And that's using that. If you ever one of Kobe's most deadliest moves, and I didn't understand it for a few years. Mm-hmm. I said, dang, Kobe, one dribble right, one dribble left, and he pump fake you. The reason he pump fake, right? Because it's one dribble left. This is what Kobe knew. And he knew the defense knew. Mm-hmm. My one dribble or my two dribble pull up so cold that you got to time it. You got to almost jump when I jump. Mm-hmm. So if I go boom boom and I pump fake you,
you gotta go.
You gotta go.
Yeah.
If you don't,
you can't wait to see me.
You done seen Kobe sometimes pump fake you two or three times and then just go off the lift.
Yeah.
Oh, you're not gonna go?
Oh, like you better go. You better bite. Yeah. Oh, we know. We definitely know.
You see what I'm
saying?
saying?
Either if you go or you don't, you dead.
You dead.
Yeah. Off the one move.
Off the one move. Ain't no.
Period.
So
And I wonder why they got so many points so quickly. Honestly, him and Jordan, them, the shortest distance between two places is a straight line.
There you go.
Not no whole bunch of wiggling. You don't even have time to get 50. If you playing, you're like, I feel good tonight. You could tell they was getting it off as soon as they could.
That's what
one dribble pull up. I might get 60 tonight.
That's what I try to tell my young fellow when he said about the best handles. No, we're not. You might think it's the best handle because somebody in one place do all the cute stuff.
Yeah.
No, you can't say Michael Jordan didn't have a handle or Kobe didn't have a handle because they got rid of theirs.
Period.
That's what a handle for.
You to get open, to get the shot I want. That's gripping up.
Right.
But yeah, that's awesome, man. I hope you all enjoyed the Minute Rice's Minute. I always do, and I did again today. And we will be here at halftime to talk about something I think you'll find interesting. Stay right there. What up, though? Welcome to the halftime. Good Game Podcast halftime show. We always get a real good feedback about our halftime discussions. And this week, I don't think it'll be any different. I can't wait to get into this with my guy because we haven't talked about it at all. And I'm anxious to know your views. Tony Rice. Tony Rice?
Absolutely. I'm here. I'm ready for this.
What are your thoughts on the Will and Jada situation, bro? What are your thoughts, bro? And listen, we're not here to talk about their relationship from the inside like we know them or know it. We just from the outside looking in, which they have put on full display for us to look at, right? Red Table Talk is a show, right?
Absolutely.
That they want you to tune in and watch.
That's what they did. That's why they went to it.
So some people are acting like you peeking through their window. This is for everybody to see.
They want us to have this dialogue.
So we're not going to judge nobody. We just talking from our perspectives, what we feel. You may agree, you may disagree, but we're going to talk about it how we feel. My man, what's your thoughts?
I'm going to just start off with this. I just believe that Jada got to do better. A lot of people, a lot of people ain't gonna see
You
it.
start off with that? You start off with saying Jada got to do better?
This is what I believe. I'm gonna just show you and we're gonna dig in deep.
Okay.
I don't like how. Only reason it's a story, and it's just like anything else. It's a brand, about your brand, building your brand and the brand.
Okay, I'm with that.
So the brand is Jada's not Jada no more in Hollywood. Jada's Will's wife.
True.
You see what that little stuff? Jada's not Jada. Will swallow Jada.
I agree with that.
You see what I'm saying?
I do.
So August,
rightly or wrongly, or wrongly, that's just a fact.
August got an album coming out, right around now. Mm-hmm. So I believe that August and Jada played on Will's brand. That's why we all really crazy about this, is because of Will.
Well, let me. Can I even say add this possibility as you go on? Not to interrupt you, I just want to interject this. Even if it's not just Will, it's at the very least it's Will and Jada. It ain't no more Jada. It's Will and Jada. It's Will's the bigger star, but even if it's just Will and Jada, it's a different entity. There is no more just Jada no more. That's gone.
It's still Will's brand.
Okay, go ahead.
This isn't as big if it was Jada in August and Cletus knocked off Jada, we not really worried about it. It's more like it's big, and so because it's Will's brand. You see what I'm saying? And I'm just saying that she has to.
I think I agree with you to an extent, but get to your larger point, because I don't want to disagree with you, and I don't want to interrupt you. Because I'm just saying Will and Jada's brand together is huge and has been held up by a lot of people as the standard of black love, of marriage, a lot of things. So it's also its own brand. But that's beside the point. I want you to get to your larger point of how you say you felt like she dropped the ball on it.
I think she dropped the ball. I mean, a lot of women say it's sake of an argument. And women and men do it both.
Okay.
Women always say they cheat up. She didn't cheat up. No, she didn't cheat up.
But have you ever thought that was true anyway, Ross?
I never thought it was true. But that's why I had just poked fun at it, because this is a prime example of it not being true.
Well, a wealthy woman has already secured what she needs. Now she can get what she wants. So that don't always mean cheating up. I can speak from experience. There's experience. Once a woman has what she needs, she can then get what she wants.
I see what
if she's looking to play. It may not be upwards. She may just be looking upwards for maybe looks or what attracts her. What she wants now, because I've already secured the bag, secured my future. Now I'm just looking around for what attracts me.
Right.
And so it may not always be up financially, maybe up in another way. But I never thought that was true, cheating up. I never thought that.
So what I mean is, just like any other situation.
Okay.
If the relationship was to go south.
Okay.
And Will was to leave Jada, right? Say.
Okay.
Cut it all the way off.
Okay.
You said what she wants, and maybe she don't want August. Maybe she wanted August for certain.
That's it. I don't think anybody's cheating looking to get caught, but sounds like they weren't cheating.
Right. Is she able to maintain that? Is that what she really wants? So happiness is a crazy word, because you never could tell. Like, somebody can say Oprah's unhappy. To us, we're like, what is Oprah not happy about? Somebody can say we can drive down Livingston and see somebody homeless or see somebody struggling. We think is struggling. They may be happy because that's the path they chose.
True.
So
enough.
happy is a special
very
word.
Subjective.
Absolutely.
It's up to each individual. You're
there
right.
You go. So,
I agree with that.
So I don't know if that's what I mean by cheating up. Could you find your happiness? Could she find her happiness with what she done outside of Will?
That would be a question only she could answer.
Absolutely.
Because any of us that have ever made mistakes and been in a relationship and cheated, I don't know that it was always even with the thought of a lifetime commitment, or that this is something I want to be, you know what I mean? People, and I'm not talking about marriage even. I'm talking about you still ain't married. So, of course, I'm not talking about just married. I'm talking about like even when you're in a relationship, boyfriend, girlfriend, and y'all committed, what if you were unfaithful? Were you thinking that who you were unfaithful with is I'm willing to leave my main girl for this one? You're not always thinking that.
Let me ask you a question.
Okay.
And it might spin this a little bit, but I don't want to take it too far.
Please.
Ask you a question.
Come on.
I had this conversation before a little while ago, and are we on this earth supposed to? Are we asking for something to have just one wife or one mate when everything else we have in life comes in multiples?
Well,
you have yourself. How many kids you got?
3 kids.
You have 3 kids.
Yes.
I'm sure Jada and Will got a couple houses. Mm-hmm. Got a few cars. Mm-hmm. That ain't your only pair of tennis shoes.
No.
So how are we built up in the life to want multiples of things, but we're supposed to tone ourselves down to just have one woman or man? That goes both. Women got several purses.
Well, I don't want to treat this. I don't want to preach you a sermon. But if I had to, you know how I gotta come at you. You know what I'm saying? If you're gonna do it God's way,
oh, thank you.
Then you'll do it His way.
I may need to hear it.
His way. His way is the right way, and it is your one. Because when you get into the multiples, but just like, say, for instance, my kids in my household, they all have their one dad.
Gotcha.
And they one mom.
I like that.
And every time I go home, I'm with all my kids.
There you go.
And every time she come home, she's with all her kids.
There we go.
Sometimes the relationships outside of that, I know people who come home to their kids and their wife, but their other kids are somewhere else, and then their other kids are somewhere else. Where's their dad?
Right.
Where's their mom and dad's relationship that they get to see in front of them? God, the animal kingdom illustrates what you said. The animal kingdom, the dad makes the kids in 99.9% of the time, and it's gone. The mom stays, and the dad's gone. But there are certain of the animal kingdom that stay, but I mean, it's few and far between. But God made us different, and in His likeness and image. And I believe one of the likeness is that you stay present for those that are under you. Like, God's always present. God's always there. Like, this is for you to be able. And I think the best aspect of it is when you have your kids, when you have your family, you are able to play that role. They get to see you wake up in the morning. They get to know Dad's home. If they hear a bump in the night, Dad's home. I'm going to go get my dad to handle it. My mom and dad, they get to see a healthy union. Hopefully they'll get to see y'all argue and how y'all resolve it. My son is a 15-year-old. You know, of course, he's heard me and his mom go at it. But he's also come and seen us hug and cry and say, I'm sorry, or whatever the case may be. So it's healthy to see the well-roundedness of it. But if you're going to take God out of the equation, then I don't think anybody could argue with you about.
Sounds good.
You know what I'm saying?
I understand what you're saying.
But I got to speak from what I know.
Absolutely.
And what I believe and what I try to live by. And it's been, since I've been married, bro, it's not easy. But, bro, it's the best thing that ever happened to me. So I can't. But leaving aside all the rumors and what may have been, what could be, we do know that she trusted somebody with personal sensitive stuff that was pertinent to her relationship with somebody else that let the cat out of the bag. So if nothing else, she failed in who she chose to be intimate with, because as soon as he's about to drop a record, and this ain't the first time he said something. He said something before.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, and then he's doubled back again now. He got a record coming, and he's doubled back again. And I would definitely hold it against her that you went public with it like that. And that you messed with somebody that would drag us. Because all I'm hearing people say is what Will was doing. Will did this, but Will's over there doing that. I never heard nobody come out and say Will did this to me. So if he's doing it, but he respected her enough to make sure that whatever I do, even if you and I agreed to it behind closed doors,
whatever
we on our separate, I'll make sure you won't have to answer questions or come on a talk show and answer for what I'm doing.
And I truly believe, watching just a little piece, like I turned it off after the entanglement, whatever that meant. But Will was being petty. I truly believe Will was being petty in a sense of, because he's a comedian.
Yeah,
he's like us, and that's what he was like when she said entanglement. He said, "What's that mean?" I think Will was clowning her a little bit in a sense of, you brought me on here. He didn't have to get on there.
Nah.
Again, he bigger than the red table. She's
Absolutely.
able to run the red table off of him.
Period.
So for me to come on here in front of your audience, in front of the people, my wife, then regardless of what it was, you heard him saying that. It wasn't no we was gonna separate. Will said I was gonna leave your ass. Will said that. Like
Yeah.
she said you was gonna leave. So
He was done. So, but that still don't give you carte blanche to embarrass me.
right.
And
To be put out there like that.
Yeah, because I wouldn't do that to you.
Because again, obviously Will knew. Because August ain't lied yet.
No.
And August said Will gave him his
Gave
blessing.
us his blessing.
That's,
But that don't mean you could say words are funny, like you said about happy. Blessing could just mean I ain't got nothing to do with me.
there
I
you
ain't
go.
with her no more.
There you go.
That don't mean he said, man, take her out, show her a good time.
Right,
He just
right,
like, you ain't gotta ask me.
I can see it that way.
I'm done.
Yeah, I ain't got nothing
Whatever
to
you do, you ain't gotta ask me.
gotta
Don't be
she a
worried
grown-
about
she
me.
a grown woman.
She grown. You ain't worried. If you worried about is it cool with me, I ain't got nothing to do with it.
Yeah.
You do what you do.
As long as my kids is
That's it. So that could be read any number of ways. I feel like it was a big mistake. If this isn't something that they were playing, like this is what I'm saying, Rice. Me and you we're not stupid. So it's like when they talk about his eyes was red, and they talk about, man, you could tell how hurt. Like he just found this out. Bro, he's an actor, a performer. He didn't just hear this last night and his eyes was red from hearing this last night. He knew this years ago, bro. So it's like he been knew this. So this ain't nothing new where he's feeling the emotions fresh. If he's looking at her some way, that's the way he wants it perceived. He's a talented person. I don't know how much stock we should put in any of it. Absolutely. It could be to boost August sales, boost her show,
there you
and
go.
to put some spotlight, and he might be willing to bless them both because he's a bigger
That's a
personality
blessing.
than
Yeah,
both.
that's what
Because
it-
he could easily be like, I'm not addressing that.
Right.
And I'm certainly not coming on your show and addressing it.
He could easily said that.
So I can't put too much in it.
I see what you're
But
saying.
since it's something that the world is talking about, I thought it would only be right if you and I addressed it
Right.
and talked about it from our perspective. But one thing I have seen, and I gotta say this, right? And I know you've seen the same. People get real free about other people's business,
They always do.
and they forget they got
always
their
do.
own relationships.
They always do.
They have their own issues.
They always do.
So do me a favor out there. If your girl has done worse than Jada, and you took her back, and she has none of Jada's looks or money or fame, don't talk about Will taking Jada back and how stupid he is. He should have left her. Man, he should be through with her. Man, Jada this, Jada that. Listen, you took yours back, and she's no Jada Pinkett. Don't forget that people know you on Facebook. And their business is their business. And I have to be honest with you, man, relationships are not easy. Hey, man, if they can make it work, I'm happy for him, bro.
Right.
If he can get over this and take her back and be happy, that's his business, bro. I root for couples to make it. Mm-hmm. So I hope it goes well, and that's my final thought on it. When it's all said and done, man, I'd like to see them make it if they can get over this and move forward, and whatever kind of understanding they have. Hey, man, I'd love to see it. What about you?
Well, I mean, they said they were life partners. So by stating that, they have already gotten over the ugly. Anytime you say we're life partners,
Well, you either get over the ugly or you make room for ugly and saying we that's how we get down.
Exactly.
I don't care what you do.
right? To save face.
Yeah.
I don't care what you do. Exactly.
Yeah. So, or maybe in your heart, maybe they are on that what you were asking first. Maybe they feel like it's too much to ask.
Well, you know,
to only have each other, but we're life partners. We're gonna always have this. But if something else is gonna make you happy for the time being, go and achieve that.
I had a older lady say this one time.
Okay.
Even on that point, to a degree, she said she was with her husband for years, right? Mm-hmm. But she had to realize what it was, and what it came to be was somebody asked her, "What the question is this? What's more important to you? To be happy or right?" See what I'm saying? In a relationship, that's big. So when you said for whatever you take or whatever, a lot of women in a lot of relationships, a lot of women and a lot of men are happy at the moment. Mm-hmm. The right to prove he may be or she may be interested or something, to be right can ruin your happiness. You got where I'm coming from? Mm-hmm. So if whatever your spouse or your significant other is giving you, if you're happy, why look and indulge into trying to be right?
I feel you.
Even if you're happy, this is what you wanted from them.
Yeah.
This is what you wanted, and you're happy. So why look into trying to be right or listening to others? A lot of others ruin a lot of relationships.
You said a mouthful there, and we'll leave it there. But you're right.
Yeah.
Trying to be right, trying to be happier than happy.
Yes.
Those are two major keys. Other people in your relationship, and you trying to be happier than happy. Say, I'm happy, but I think maybe I could be happier. Like, bro, you happy though.
And I want to take this moment to commend you.
Thank
I
you
really
for
want
that,
to.
sir.
I really want to commend you on something.
Okay.
Being a married man, and you mentioned FB. There's a lot of married men out there. That take the role on the better in a relationship because I'm married, I'm better. But be just as snaky and dry than a single man. If you understand, if you know this type of man, then you know what I'm saying, shake your head. And I'm giving the audience because there's a lot of them out there. And what I'm talking about in the when the wife and her girls have conversations, he's in the business. He judges the man off of what the women talking about.
Yeah.
Ain't that messy?
Yeah, that's
so I want
messy.
to commend you as a married man understanding the game and staying out the way of it. And,
Yes, sir.
And one of my married coaches, Brian Swain, is similar to that. What I mean by that is not you just staying out the way. I could just tell how you carry yourself that you'll keep your wife out of their business also.
Absolutely.
You see what I'm saying? Well, not just you. You get out of it. That ain't got nothing to do with us.
We're gonna be happy over here.
Right. Whatever they doing. That ain't none of us.
I appreciate it, bro.
Yes, sir.
I appreciate it, bro. It's a different angle to show, but it's different to be married in today's time.
Yeah.
Well, fewer and fewer people get married. Fewer and fewer people believe in marriage as something that can last and be real. Mm-hmm. I count it a privilege to try to display the realities of it, the good aspects of it. Yeah, like, hey, bro, this is what it's like to live it. To really mean it. You gotta have some. Me and you had this discussion before. Maybe one day we'll have it on the air. You gotta have some no thank yous in you.
Yeah.
When you a real dude, you better have a no thank you in you.
Yeah. If you're a real dude.
Yeah, but some people ain't never had to say no thank you.
Right.
But that's a different conversation.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah,
and that's them guys.
Yeah.
They ain't never been presented with the
opportunity
to say no thank you. So they're mad at the guy out there.
So they more please? Is it please? A married please?
And they on a woman team.
Married, no,
and they on a woman team. We're gonna take him down because he
out here playing wrong.
He playing. There it is.
But you playing all the way wrong. I know just what you talk about and almost just who. But we'll leave it at that. We hope you all enjoyed the halftime, and we'll be back in the second half. Talk a little bit of NFL. Welcome back. I was off air giving him the business. You better believe it. Generous T.
Yeah.
But,
okay. What led you to marriage, bro? You had a heavy trick bill.
Hey man, listen. You said swipe it. It's good. It got some more charges on it. But listen, man. Welcome back to the second half. We're gonna talk a little bit of NFL now, and one of the subjects I would love to bring up is my man Cam Newton.
That's your guy
in New England, my guy, and how hard it is going to be to root against him if things stay the way they are. I don't know if I can root for him, man. What is one of your most interesting storylines of the NFL season coming up, bro?
That Cam Newton is big for me because I cheer and I root for the underdog, and I don't want to place it in, even though it may be some racism in how they done him from Carolina. You don't go from where Cam was at to just okay.
Yeah.
So I root for Cam because every time he got in front of a camera, all Cam keep preaching is about his hunger and his hard work, and y'all picked the wrong one. And it just seemed like Cam, if you see, how Cam keeps his body, how Cam works, it just seemed that, when you get that type of focus, that laser focus, and in the NFL, organizations is the, if you get drafted to the Browns,
Yes.
it don't matter how
You're going to
cold
have a
you could
pretty
be.
bad career.
You may. And
You probably will.
You probably will. You could be as cold as you. Belichick was at the Browns. He
said, I'm out of here.
At the Browns, he was a half a coach. Now he's out. So a whole organization could make and break you. So for Carolina to do that, and him to go over and fall on New England, and they said it's a 1-year experience, I just truly believe if all things is fair, and a lot of people may not like this, New England got better from last year to this year because of Cam is better than Brady right now.
No question.
Today.
And I really don't think there should be any question or discussion about it. He's better than him. And if he's healthy.
If
he can stay on the field, and maybe he may do less running now. I wouldn't be surprised what they're teaching him, what they're showing him. I'm excited to see what's going to happen with Cam, man. The only drawback is one of the main drawbacks that I've always had with black quarterbacks. Let's just be frank. They don't give him anybody to throw to. So he goes out here again with no receivers. But I will tell you what. If he can be the Cam we liked and loved, if he can be that again, it's a ring. It's championship.
Yeah. They got 4 games just gimmies every year regardless.
Yeah.
The Jets and the Dolphins.
True.
So, a lot of people don't speak on it since we're speaking on football. That New England conference has kind of been bad.
Trash. The Bills just is barely good now. Remember, that was 3 games. So you was in the playoffs, a home field game, off of in-conference garbage.
Bad.
Come on, man.
Could they go down in history? Could they go down in history? That might be something on some Cleveland Cavs stuff. In that conference, just that conference alone, New England ain't had nobody to really.
And nobody mentions it. They act like it don't matter. Come on, bro. We want to talk about it.
And the U.S. got to win 1 game. So look at the setup. Once you get to the playoffs, you got home field advantage.
And a week off.
And a week off. Just because you had that. You got them 6. You got them 6 games.
And then you got a squad on top of it. Good quarterback, good coach.
Right.
You got Gronk.
The other AFC.
Yeah,
you got
got
Pittsburgh
defense.
and Baltimore ready to knock teeth out. Cincinnati was good for about 6 years, 8 years. You see what I'm saying? All of them fighting.
Everybody else fighting. And then you got the what you got in the. You got the Chargers,
Denver,
Chiefs, the Raiders,
Chiefs. Oh my gosh!
You got a problem.
New England over there twiddling their thumbs.
Like we'll see y'all. Like come on, we'll wait. Right. Speaking of one of the teams that's a perennial power now in the AFC, the Baltimore Ravens, which you mentioned. What's up with Lamar Jackson this year? Do you think he makes another leap? Do you think maybe he takes a step back once they have film to study and then takes another leap forward? What you think his progression is going to be,
I think his progression is going to be similar. Similar. I mean, that dual quarterback is just something special. If he doesn't get it's special regardless. If you got your offensive coordinator and an organization to build behind it, as you said, they don't really touch on it. Roethlisberger's dual quarterback. He Caucasian, so that he get the pass on it. But Roethlisberger, I used to hate down 3rd down and like 7. Roethlisberger gonna scamper for that, bro.
He gonna scamper, or at least stay alive in the pocket, running until somebody finally get over. No question about it, bro. Steve Young. Was he Elway Young? Was he not a scrambling? Brett Favre Young.
Yeah, Brett Favre Young.
Come on,
that
bro.
That dual quarterback
They
code.
play games.
They play games.
Aaron Rodgers.
Well,
nobody run for that 4 yards to get that first down more than pump fake and get 4 yards.
He gonna tuck it.
He gone, bro. He gone. Come on, man.
He's looking to tuck it. Oh, okay.
But when it's us, it's a drawback.
There you go.
So what you're saying, but really, if he can look more downfield and keep his eyes forward, he's a problem for the league.
Absolutely.
A major problem, bro.
Major problem.
A major problem.
And he wants to have another good year because I know he looked over there into the media and saw what they did for Mahomes. If he could put together one more year, they're gonna have to do something for him.
Do something real special. Do something real special for me. But Mahomes 503. What you think, bro? Is he worth it? Number one, is he worth it?
That football money funny. So he's worth it in the sense of it's not all the way going to be guaranteed. So no sooner than he fall off,
they're going to say, "We'll holler at you."
Yeah.
They're going to either restructure it or get out.
Hundreds guaranteed. So that's good. You see what I'm saying?
That's bread, though.
That's bread.
What about that?
Cold,
Can't
though.
get paid.
He cold though.
Oh, he nasty.
Somebody in Dax. I was just listening and everything. 33 to 34. And somebody in Dak's camp telling them wrong. They said that they was negotiating hard.
Think he getting the wrong info?
They was
They trying to have
negotiating
him
real
push
hard.
hard. What
And they said, oh, buddy didn't break. So then they try to call him back. He's like, oh no.
Jones?
Huh?
Jones?
Yeah,
Jerry Jones?
yeah. They said, he ain't break today negotiation. So then they said, oh, maybe we should take it. And they said, Jerry Jones
Snatched it back?
Yeah.
He said, "Oh, it's no longer out there."
We're gonna chill.
Who did they get? Who did they get to back him up? Now they gave somebody money.
Buddy, I think it's my man from the Bengals.
Yeah, was it Dalton?
Yeah, I think it's Dalton.
Will he mess around and take Dak's job?
I don't know if Dak don't sign that contract. He probably should have signed something a little shorter term. He probably should have took that little 30 something because he got a nice unit around him. That's the whole key. He got a nice unit around him.
He's a part of the nice unit, though. Why all these other also rans or unproven guys get bread, and I can't get paid, bro? Y'all gotta pay me, man.
So you telling me Collins up there in Minnesota had a mask on before the pandemic? They paying him like no other.
Come on, bro.
I don't understand.
Bro, how you get paid? And there's good guys out here struggling. Cam getting almost a league minimum. But they racing to give you bread? Something ain't right, right? Yeah. Some of the milk ain't clean. What, Carson Wentz?
Yeah.
They gave him bread.
Bread.
Come on, bro. Who else they give bread to? I mean, you can pick them. They name it. Now, Mahomes is cold.
Mahomes cold.
So we're not going to talk about Mahomes.
Special.
Yeah, he's special. So we're not going to begrudge him
right.
his little bread. You go ahead and get paid. But there's a couple other cats. What's the dude in for the Rams?
I forget his name.
They paid him.
Paid him good.
And he's trash.
My man from the Falcons trash. Matt Ryan.
Matty Ice. Matty Ice.
Trash.
Trashy Ice. He garbage, man.
What's the dude Denver picked up last year? Flacco. They paid him before. Flacco's trash.
They gave him a big deal, a big contract, bro. Hey, speaking of Denver, bro, it's time for Elway to listen out. It's time for you to bring in a QB. A real one, put something together, or we might have to get you up out of here. Would you hate to see Elway go, man?
For him to be a quarterback, you can't see a quarterback, bro.
Maybe that's his blind spot because he was so good. Maybe he doesn't see the intangibles it takes to be just a basic good quarterback. Maybe he feels like,
why don't you go get Cam?
He didn't want to pay nobody. Like, remember, he was going to get Kaepernick
right.
and they asked for money. He don't want to pay nobody.
There you go.
But it's like, bro, you were giving all this money to the defensive guys.
Yeah. Right.
I don't know. Speaking of Denver, what they going to do this year, buddy?
If the quarterback pans out, we're going to be all right. We're going to be all right. I think we're going to be all right if the quarterback pans out. Osweiler, that's his name.
Oh, Jesus.
Yeah, I know that's
He's
right.
trash, right?
Stop it.
Yeah, Osweiler garbage. You don't think he garbage?
You ain't seen him over there bouncing to the baby? You know what I'm saying?
He's still garbage. He bouncing off rhythm to the baby. He garbage. He trash. Listen, you know what I'm doing though, Rice? I'm trying to see if the NFL don't make me mad and they stay on my good side and make me feel like they finally understand the plight of the black man enough to where they finally going to let you do what you do. I heard they're going to play the black national anthem. They said you can say what you want. They said they apologized and I'm cool. I can accept it. But if they act right, I'm going to watch. But I'm trying to see what real estate looks the most attractive to me. I'm moving.
Are you moving?
I got a moving van. I'm no longer in Carolina. No, I'm out, man. Y'all did my boy wrong. I'm out. But I don't know that I'm going to
New England.
Man, I can't root for New England, can I? I would rather go to maybe Baltimore with Lamar while he's young and hitch my wagon to that maybe. It hurts to be out here like that, but when you're a fan of people rather than teams, this is what you end up with sometimes.
Right.
You already know my spiel on Detroit Lions and the Chicago Bulls, how they did Barry and how they did Michael at the end.
Right.
Broke me of being committed to a team. Like, I'm not with a team. Why?
Gotcha.
Listen, when they leave, I'm out. I don't owe you nothing, Reinsdorf. Why would I still be a Bulls fan for what? When we could have won 2 more.
Right. He ain't done nothing really.
Come on,
he
bro.
He won't spend no money.
He got spoiled. It got good to him.
Yeah.
So what's your prediction? Real quick before we leave this subject, what's your prediction for the NFL if you have one? Who you got in the Super Bowl? Just with what you know now. Yep.
Just with what I know now in the Super Bowl. I'm not even gonna play and say Denver because that's my boys. I'm gonna go ahead and put.
Don't lie to the people.
I'm gonna go with New England going to the Super Bowl.
Okay, I like that one.
And they're gonna play against. I truly believe 49ers get back.
Do you?
Yeah, I truly believe 49ers will get back.
I mean, it's definitely not outside the realm of
Right.
possibility.
Right. I mean, you know,
Jimmy G, you think Jimmy G?
Green Bay, yeah, they got a nice thing going on over there. They got a nice thing. Green Bay gonna try to make an argument, but I see the 49ers.
Is it from a lack of anybody else?
I think so. Everybody
Almost by
trying to
process of
build.
elimination?
Yeah. You can love that NFL thing because somebody come out the blue on you.
True enough.
Yeah.
But the AFC stacked.
AFC
You got
stacked.
Mahomes over there. You got Lamar Jackson over there. Cam over there with
Over
New England
there.
now. You got some other
Yeah,
teams that are
Pittsburgh
gonna come out.
always strong. Yeah.
You're gonna come up with some people, but in this side, it's kind of bare, especially if Dak
Right.
and the Cowboys are kind of in and out. But we'll get an opportunity to see. It was good to talk some football, and as a matter of fact, that we might have a football subject in the closer.
Absolutely.
So we'll talk to y'all in just a moment. It's closing time on the Good Game Podcast with T Good.
And T Rice.
So my man wants to present something that I got something to say about. I feel real torn on this, so I'm gonna let him lay it out for y'all.
What's going on now is this, and he's going to debate it. He's going to probably make me torn to, regardless where he take it to. I'm taking Peyton Manning over Tom Brady every day. Peyton Manning is a much better player, quarterback than Tom Brady.
Now, I like Peyton better than Tom. I was more of a fan of Peyton Manning. However, I can't go with you. I can't go with you, bro. I can't go with it.
Peyton Manning is top 2 best quarterbacks ever to play the game.
Who's the other one, Joe? Joe Montana?
Elway.
Oh, Lord. You all the way wrong, all the way around. Let's keep it one mistake. One mistake at a time. Bro, come on, man. I thought you was about to give me something. I thought you about to give me something real.
I gave you something.
All right.
I gave you something. All right,
Listen, let me talk about my man.
Go ahead then.
Listen, let me get into this Peyton Manning piece. I love Peyton Manning. However, I feel like Peyton Manning was his own worst enemy. I feel like the ceiling that was on Peyton Manning was inevitable because I feel like he took on too much responsibility. I feel like Tom Brady's willingness to play his role within an offensive scheme, within a team concept, allowed for him to completely and totally focus on his role and leave room for Belichick to completely and totally focus, and his offensive coordinator to focus on their job. And what am I saying? I'm gonna just make it real simple. Peyton Manning tried to do too much. You know who Peyton Manning is?
Who's Peyton Manning?
Peyton Manning is the LeBron James of the NFL.
Okay, explain that to me some more.
Okay. Peyton Manning is so good, IQ-wise. If you lack personnel or you lack great coaching, he can overcome you with this. He can audible out of what he's in, get into whatever he needs to get into to execute and to take advantage of your deficiencies. Take advantage of your personnel where you're not at. He will beat you with his mind and his body. Cold. That gets you through the regular season. Get you good seeding. Get you a 13-3 record. Get you through these regular games. LeBron, 66-16. Get you through the regular season off of, I'm better at what I do than your guys are. And if your coach isn't great, I can see what you're sending out here and take advantage of deficiencies. This is a problem. When you get to the playoffs, you meet teams that have great personnel and great coaches. Both.
Right.
So now you have two people in roles that they can focus on completely, LeBron, Popovich, but yet they got Duncan and Kawhi in them too. And you have LeBron trying to be the coach against Popovich, match wits with Popovich.
And be the player.
And play Kawhi and Duncan in it, and Ginobili. And you got Peyton Manning trying to match wits with Belichick, yet go out here and play against that defense and match wits with Tom Brady as well and give the same output he's giving.
Right.
It's inevitable that you're going to meet somebody that exploits the fact that you're just one man, bro. How much better would Peyton Manning have been if he had trusted a coach enough to get with somebody that's a real coordinator that he trusts to say, this game, let's make sure we build the game plan together.
It's funny you say this.
But I'm going to trust you to coach.
It's funny you say this, and I'll listen to you.
Please.
And that's deep, because if you think about it, and using that comparison with LeBron, and people hate that we bring these facts to light. And it's
I'm not doing it to shade LeBron at all.
Right, but same thing with Peyton.
Yeah.
That you said is, ain't it weird how, like John Elway, when I say John Elway one of the best, I can quickly tell you Dan Reeves made a career because John Elway.
True.
We can't look at no coach that LeBron or Peyton Manning uplifted. We all talk Popovich. Duncan uplifted. The greatness of Duncan made us see Popovich. Phil Jackson came from overseas. The greatness of Michael Jordan, aided by the movement of Pippen, Jordan them uplifted. That great player, great coaches come from, or there'd be a lot of coaches who get a lot of more. You don't see the coaches get a lot of love who have mediocre seasons, but might be doing a lot more coaching than that great coaching, because the great coach got the great player.
Yes.
So now the great player that uplifted this whole coach's
his whole profile. Now he seems like he worldwide.
Pat Riley's first job was with the Lakers.
He ain't won nothing since.
You know what I'm saying? Magicking him uplift, won nothing since. He ain't winning in New York.
He ain't winning in
Miami. He's sitting back. He got made. Magicking him made him.
Yeah.
Phil Jackson ain't do nothing over in New York. You know why Phil Jackson didn't do nothing in New York? He ain't have no Michael or Kobe.
Yeah, that's
you
real.
See what I'm saying?
Yeah.
They say, oh, but he was general manager. Stop it.
No.
I know. He was general manager because he ain't had no killer down there.
Period. Yeah. I'm stepping back. Y'all got it. Period.
If y'all got a killer in here, and then they always say, and not to put it on there because we're going back to Peyton Manning. They always say, Jordan, LeBron didn't have no great coach. That's by design. Nobody want to coach him.
And they don't want to be coached. So it's mutual.
It's mutual.
The great coaches say no thanks, and he's saying no thanks at the same time.
There you go.
He thinks I can out-coach you.
You make a lot of sense.
I am the system. Why would I have you bring in the system? I'm the system. And Peyton Manning was the offensive system.
Peyton Manning
That's what him and LeBron had in common.
Peyton Manning should have brought along a coach.
Yeah.
You see what that
he trusts, build a game plan together.
Well,
but then when it's game time, trust him.
There's no way we shouldn't be speaking of a coach's name when we speak of Peyton Manning. When somebody say Peyton Manning's
we
great,
say Dungy,
we should also say,
but Dungy's a defensive coach for one. And has his name elevated because of Peyton Manning?
No,
he don't get that respect,
down.
bro.
That's what I'm trying to say.
Yeah, because he came from Tampa Bay red hot.
Right.
Because that was really his team that Gruden won with.
Right.
Remember?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So he didn't get they should be talking, if Peyton Manning who he is, he come from Tampa Bay red hot, they should be talking Tony Dungy and Belichick type of talk. And not Belichick because he didn't win as much, but, well, Peyton didn't win as much.
Period.
If Peyton would have put 3 or 4 championships together.
Dungy's name's attached.
There we go.
It's like, listen, and he would have took a couple from him, head to head.
There we go.
You letting Belichick got another one.
Right.
Like, bro.
There we go. Casey Jones with Bird. I always say greatness. And I'm going to say it again. So when you say that, it makes sense, whether you want to give to Tom Brady or Belichick. Greatness. When you're great at something, and they're going to be mad at me, LeBron fans, Peyton Manning fans, that I did think Peyton Manning was there. But if we look at what I'm saying and I'm being true, greatness is seen from what they say about the people around you. So if you're a great father, they're not going to tell you you're a great, great, great father. They're going to be able to notice that through how your kids and everybody, the people around.
That's good. That was good.
What I'm saying?
Yeah, that's good.
Greatness is seen for what they say about the people around you.
That's
when you
good.
share greatness.
That's real good.
You got, and that's what, and like for instance, we had this argument all the time, and whether we want to give it to Jordan or Scotty. You can sit back and when we talk Scotty's one of the best ever. Great. Jordan allowed that. You don't get that if we only got one ring. You see what I'm saying?
Just don't get it. We trying to see, is Jordan even that good? Because he only got one.
Right.
Yeah.
So now they don't want to put Scotty there some, but the greatness
It makes it even a worthy of conversation.
Phil Jackson, the greatest coach. Greatness.
They talk about the greats that Bird played with. Man, he played with all them Hall of Famers. They weren't Hall of Famers when they came in the league.
No,
they Hall of Famers because they played with him.
When he got hurt. They Hall of Famers. Magic, Kobe, whether it was Shaq, whether Paul Gasol. Greatness we talk highly about. You know, KD, go over to Golden State, we can't hear about how great them other players are.
Yeah.
They ain't nothing but great.
Nothing
Greatness, so that's what I'm saying.
And not to hit LeBron again, once you talk about teammates, you talk about the bottom falling out of their stock.
All the time. We don't.
After, suddenly Chris Bosh is trash. Suddenly Kevin Love ain't
you can't
good
go
no
in no
more.
barber shop and they get no love. I had a cat tell me before Derek Fisher was going to make the Hall of Fame, that's all because of the Kobe love.
Yeah.
We can't walk in the barber shop and hear Chris Bosh. Can't nobody, because that'll hurt him. If you tell us Chris Bosh was killer,
Then what happened? Yeah. So you
they need a way out.
So let me ask you this, and I know this might be a hard pill for you to swallow. Have I changed your view? Is there something to be said for Tom Brady being willing to be coached and play his role to win, as opposed to saying like I got to go somewhere
To have to step back.
Belichick
To have to step back, you have to. Yeah, Tom Brady has to get the nod over him because winning counts. Winning counts. And I ain't just talking about one ring more. Yeah. No, I built a. Yeah. I got a significant amount of winning. Maybe somebody got one ring more, somebody got 2 rings, somebody got 3. That's different. You know what I'm saying? But
no question.
I've been winning before winning and winning. So Tom Brady gotta get the nod.
And you've been doing a lot of losing. You know what I'm saying?
And you got all this talent, so something's wrong.
And you got all this
yourself.
You got it within yourself, and you've had some good teams.
Yeah.
And people want to give extra credit for saying he is the system.
That might be a problem.
I'm not impressed if that might be the problem. You said it all. It might be the problem.
Right.
So listen, I've enjoyed it. It's been good to be back with you, my man. Look forward to being back a little sooner next time the pandemic rolling out here.
Yeah.
But we finding our footing.
Oh yeah.
So anything else, man, you want to say as we wrap up?
Oh man, we're just gonna wrap up and tell everybody be safe out there.
Yeah.
Keep your spirits high.
Yeah.
And things are gonna start looking up. I believe.
I believe so too, bro. Yeah. Like you said, I like that. Keep your spirits up out there.
Yeah.
They're trying to make you feel discontent and unsatisfied. But when you blessed, say you blessed. Walk blessed, feel blessed.
Absolutely.
Blessings. Well, I'll let y'all.